Hello again, Haley here with another episode of A Drama Addict. Now, as I am recording this at the moment, I have currently had to get rid of the previous episodes where I talked about Your Beautiful and Personal Taste, so I will end up redoing those at some point, and they will be re-uploaded in case anyone missed them. But anyway, for today's episode, I have another drama to talk to you guys about, and that is Witch Amusement, otherwise known as Witch Yoohee and even sometimes as A Witch in Love. Now this drama has 16 episodes, it's a rom-com, and it aired on SBS from March of 2007 until May. Now for the plot of this drama, we have our main character, Yoohee, played by Han Ga-in, who you might remember from my bad guy review. But anyway, Yoohee is pretty much the daughter of a really rich guy, and she's known as a witch by her employees. By the way, she is like the head of a company herself. I can't really remember what the company did exactly, but she is pretty much the manager of the company. And all of her employees know her as a witch because she has a really no-nonsense attitude and she is very cold. She shows no compassion really on a day-to-day basis. And our other main character is Chae Mooryong. Sorry if I butcher that name a little bit. I have never been able to pronounce the RY combination to the best of my ability. But anyway, Mooryong is played by Jaehee, who happens to be one of, I feel, the most handsome men on earth, really. He is like my #1 acting bias of all time. But anyway, Mooryong is a ex-medical student and he is an aspiring chef. And he's really goofy, and he's pretty much the complete opposite of Yoohee. Well, one day, Yoohee and Mooryong literally run into each other in an accident, and yeah, they have to end up like Mooryong has to pay her off for the damages that occurred, and this happens by him being her housekeeper and her love coach. And these lead to a bunch of really comical situations between the two of them, and they have some of the most adorable chemistry I have ever seen, in my opinion at least. Now our Yoohee has some backstory, however. We have Yoo Junha, who is played by Junghoon, who a lot of you might know from my Goom review. But he is playing in this as Yoohee's pretty much her ex-boyfriend, her first love. And he comes back into the picture and he starts making things pretty difficult because Yoohee still has some feelings for him, as most people do when they have their first love and everything. The feelings never really go away, they always remember them. And some interesting plot things happen there with that. I know there's a really interesting elevator sequence. It's one of the more standout points in the drama for me between these two, but I'll leave that to anyone who wants to actually see it. Now we have some other characters also, and this, for example, is Seungmi, played by Jun Hyebin, and she is actually Mooryong's girlfriend. Now, there's a lot of like the third wheel female characters in dramas where they are automatically the evil one that you're supposed to hate. And although Seungmi does have some non-redeeming qualities about her, I have to say I do feel bad for her in this drama because when it begins, she is dating Mooryong. Like, they are in a relationship. So the whole love thing between Mooryong and Yoohee is kind of hurtful to her. So it depends, you're kind of torn between feeling sorry for her and wanting to hate her at the same time. And of course we have Dennis Oh as Johnny Kruger. Now in my opinion, Johnny Kruger doesn't really have that big of a role in this, like it's not really that important, but he is tied to both Mooryong as his like chef instructor and Seungmi as a chef in her restaurant, and he is tied to Yoohee as one of her older friends. He's kind of a filler that connects everyone together really in more complex ways. But he might be eye candy for some. Now I am a pretty big fan of Yoohee. I think it's one of my up there dramas that I do like, and I would probably watch it again sometime soon if I ever get the time to do so. There is a really I like this one scene where Jaehee's character does like this Superman text message, like video message to Yoohee. It's one of the most adorable things I've ever seen, really, and it helps that I really like that actor a lot. So yeah. But I do recommend Yoohee. I know it does have some bad connotations from other people. Like, I think I've heard a few people say they didn't like it, but I personally am a fan. So give it a try if you ever get the chance. It does have some good actors in it. Like, the three main characters, Jaehee, Han Ga-in, and Kim Junghoon. I liked all three of them. They're amazing. But yeah, Yoohee. Give it a try if you want.